Hey guys, so this will be a quick video because I know ranked is incredibly short. It ends in one day. So I'm just going to quickly show you really good options for tier 4 ranked, and I'll maybe do a little bit discussing on tier 5 if that will be useful for you guys. So recommendations are cruisers if you can play them. If not, I can go to battleships, but you load a destroyer, it's going to take you a long time to load in. So I would recommend a cruiser. It's pretty much incredibly influential at killing destroyers, capable of killing DDs, and very capable of killing other cruisers. So, recommendation 1, the Kirov. Alright? 180mm guns, solid range, competitive to battleships, very good HE, doesn't need AOP because they're 180s. Very good AP, incredibly good AP actually. Very high alpha, and yeah, that's all you got. Some self-defense torpedoes, not great range, but the very good ship, very strong ship for ranked. Another one as well I would recommend is the furutaka. Furutaka has incredible armor. Now let's see the bit here that is the citadel, so you need to be aware of that. You do not want to do that, but angled you actually have a 25mm ship if you angle correctly, so you can bounce everything at tier 4 if you angle correctly. Your nose paper thin, but you know you're a cruiser, so you can do that. Now the furutaka is really useful. Is these 203mm guns at tier 4, which can pen 14mm of armor. So if you take a quick look here, 13. Everything at tier 4, every single cruiser at tier 4 has about the same armor and bow plating. 13, Kirov's 13 or something, I think. 13. And we just go quickly to the Germans, real quick. I know this is them, try to be quickly for you. 10. You see everything here, all this, for attacking can overmatch. For attacking can overmatch all that. Let's go quickly for the French guys. Let's go British. Let's bring out the Americans because why not? So you can overmatch everything here on the Bertin. So yeah, that's what you can overmatch. And then you go to Hawkings. You can overmatch the bow of the Hawking. 13mm bow, not much of it, but you can overmatch that. You can overmatch almost every single cruiser bow. I think you're essentially a battleship, but you're in a cruiser. So yeah, furutaka recommended for ranked. If you can angle correctly, you can bounce everything, and I'm not going to discuss the Omaha, but you know how they're just made of citadels. If you angle, you can bounce everything with that green part of the armor there, and your guns can overmatch every single bow of every single cruiser at tier 4. So very strong. I've actually got quite a few wins on the furutaka, as you can see. One loss there, but pretty darn effective furutaka-ing. See, 7 citadels, incredible. Plus you've also got 10km torpedoes and a very good firing arc of those torpedoes. So yeah, I'm actually going to head into a Kirov game to show you the power of the Kirov at range, and you can do some mad stuff with the Kirov. It's a mad Russian citadel machine. So yeah, head into a Kirov game. Hope this helps, and yeah, catch you in a bit.
Action stations.
So the Kirov, the only tech tree cruiser that has 180s. The rest all go to downgrade down. Well, not necessarily downgrade. They go down to 152s. Kirov is a very strong boat. It's just very squishy because it's Russian. The citadel is exposed. The bow is absolutely rubbish, but same as everything else. Very easy dev strike if you catch it broadside. But when you have a range build like this, you can kite and you can use your range advantage, and shells shot at you, by the time they reach you, you can usually comfortably dodge them. So good play is capture your point here. If you're on A side, capture A. If you're on the south side, capture C. Getting that cap and helping to cap is a really good strategy. Capture points, win games, not all the time. It's going to be kills. What you have in terms of points dictates how you can play. If you have more of the caps, you can play passively. If you have less of the caps, you have to play aggressively. I'm playing aggressively, there's always a massive risk involved. So, our Minikaze, I believe, caps this base along with my help, which is always good. He's moving on to contest B, which as a destroyer player is a great thing. I'm not saying get yourself killed to doing it, but as long as you're contesting it or you're there, it'd be very, very helpful. What I really need him to do, biggest thing more than anything, is just this spot, and he's doing just that, which is great. Now, Kirov AP, even at range, these shells are quick, these shells punch hard, and that's just how they work. Now, I really should shoot this man. My fire is salvo. I'm keeping. No, I do switch to HE. I was going to say. I subbed to HE for the DD. I would have liked to stay to AP. Would have liked to stuck to AP though, just because I have broadside Königsberg here. So fire what I have and switch again. I was hoping that the DD would stay lit up for longer, but I guess not. Omaha is made of citadels. You really want to be taking a cautious approach, because you being alive is most of the time worth all of it. If you can get rid of a key target like the DD, or at least more than trade for yourself, then you're pretty comfortable. Kirov has its best there. I actually undershot him, but it was still a citadel. Notice I didn't really give much lead at all, but because this is Kirov, the shells travel extremely quickly. Again, enemy Kirov got too close. You don't want to push in this boat. It's not a boat to push in unless it's desperate. So yeah, let's not do that. Okay, all we need now is new targets to spot. I've got cover behind this island, so when my ship moves forward a bit more, I can get behind this island. Peter, Kirov AP is absolutely really good. Upper deck, upper hull on the Peter, I will use it. You see, 3 pens, 1 over pen. Fight 2 shatters, but still, you know, 3 pens, 3 over pens, not bad at all. I could switch to HE, but he's giving me such a broadside. The immediate damage is definitely worth it. Plus, he can't heal this damage as much as the HE. So, very useful. Now is my time to rush, and I'm rushing the safest way possible. Be keeping the Peter and me between a big distance of an island there. He has to push forward to get to me, and if he does that, he's going to run into some friendly torpedoes. So this is a good time to push. Additionally, as well, there is Omaha or Marblehead right next to me, who is a much juicier target than a Kirov. So yeah, just you know, I can push while the sun shines effectively. Plus, I can still get some broadside shots. My main goal is to get hard right and get into that cover where I do not have to get shot at by the Peter, because Peter's the most dangerous thing for me. The Königsberg can be dangerous, but as long as I present some form of angle, he will not do much, because German penetration angles are not very good. Königsberg is also a good boat. This all comes down to preference here, but I think the Kirov is inherently very good, so is the furutaka. After this game, I'll show off a couple furutaka clips and showing the potential you can do with that boat if you play it correctly. Now, gave a little bit broadside. I think I was actually citadeled by that guy. Not great. Bit of a misplay here, but I don't think I was punished for it though. Shouldn't really be yodeling this guy, but sorry, I thought we heard something there. It wasn't a big problem. We just killed him with AP there. Lost a lot of health, but our team is doing so well. We're gonna keep this momentum of being aggressive, and if I have to lead the charge, then so be it. There's only cruisers left, so I can angle against the rest of them. There we go, so he just doesn't. He starts to kill an angle. Breaks the turret, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. Push into C and get the final cap, and therefore they had to make risky plays and we did not. This being said, I did make quite a few risky plays this game, but it's more for going with the flow of the team. Team is being really aggressive, then if you be aggressive as well, it really benefits the team. if the team's playing incredibly passive, sometimes you have to play passive. So that's you kind of have to go with most of the flow in ranks, unless they're really doing something that's just going to lose the game flat out. If you're playing passive the whole game, you're going to have to be the one to put the man pants on, then so be it. But just try your best not to get your life taken, unless it's really for a worthwhile ship. So yeah, you've seen the Kirov here, 65k, 4 kills, a bunch of citadels, and basically all the caps. So yeah, pretty darn aggressive Kirov play, and I told you the reasons why you can be that way. No cracking for me. But yeah, that's the reasons why. If you just go off the team, flow off the team. Kirov is incredibly strong. The AP is really good. The HE is good as well. And yeah, that's an example of using the Kirov correctly. You can see what you can do. Now, without much further ado, we'll actually head into a furutaka game, and I'll show you a little bit of what it can do. I realise this video could get a little bit long, so I'm just going to feature this one and then maybe a small feature of the next one. I'll have to decide in editing. So, my goal here for this particular cruiser here, I would like to go capture B, and I would like for my team to focus on A, but obviously from the comm commands that's not the case. Regardless, I still need to push B. It's the safest place for me to be. Open water can work, but when there's battleships involved, I tend to be a bit more careful and use island cover. Even in the furutaka that can angle, because the furutaka does have 25mm sides, which can comfortably angle any battleship caliber at tier 4. The only boats that struggle that will overmatch 25mm is tier 5 ships like the Warships, the Mutsu, the West Virginia, and then the 15 inches, the Queen, the Bayern, stuff like that, you know. But yeah, this is ranked, so there's no matchmaking difference. So tier 4 for attack is quite strong, quite strong actually. So yeah, I think I'm joined by a kamikaze, which is nice. Always nice to have a very strong boat on your side. Most of our team have decided to go for A, despite the comms meal set, which is really good. And yeah, we're just going to push in here as close to the island as possible. If they see furutaka, they know I have very long range torpedoes. Unlike the Yahagi though, I have very good torpedo arcs. So yeah, furutaka is not something you want to rush very easily. So we have a Congo here and we have a Milbertan. It would be a bit too risky to rush them both, though I feel I could do that in the furutaka, because you angle against the Congo, you can torpedo the Congo, and then you'd have to torpedo our Citadel, the Milbertan. But you don't know what's going to happen, and with all cruiser play, you really don't want to take risks unless you absolutely need to. You want to be assured outcomes, you want to be dealing the most damage while taking almost nothing in return. So that's just typically how you play that. If I rush them both, then I could maybe not kill the Congo if I torpedo salvo and then die to the meal, or you know, there's plenty of options there, plenty of problems that could go wrong. So I do not want to do it unless I absolutely have to. I'm going to let the kamikaze whittle them down a little bit. So yeah, that will help. I am spotted, but because I'm so close to the island, the Congo cannot shoot through me, and I just go unspotted there. So deciding my course of actions here might be the good time to push him now, so I think I will go for it now, because Congo is going to spot me, and he's just going to right in my bow. Kamikaze got a torpedo on him. Wasn't enough, only one torpedo, but it'll do. It will help me. I got to be careful. Okay, there we go. See, not that much really. My angling did pay off. Fire at the Congo. Shoot the meal, just giving a relatively good broadside. Can we punish that? Yes, we can.
Ship is on fire.
Over pens because it's French. Now, we need to try our best to angle against the Congo. So, try not to bite angle. So I'm doing my best to angle against the Congo here. Meanwhile, Milbertan is getting absolutely wrecked by my guns. Turn to present the other side here. I can punch right through the nose of the mule, as you can see. Farmer launched the battle. You know, he goes down to the kamikaze, but still, turn on the sonar for the Milbertan torpedoes. As you can see, I don't bounce in the guide. Over pens, that's French ship, it just tends to happen. In retrospect, I should have aimed for under the gun turrets a little more comfortable. I kind of do still, but I just don't say else, just overpaying the crap out of it. Kamikaze guts him down. And honestly, that's the game. But you can see the potential you can do. You can angle against any battleship, and your guns overmatch every other cruiser in the game, including yourself. So without much further ado, yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, catch you next time. Bye for now.